Brazilian professional footballer Richarlison de Andrade, better known by the footballing moniker Richarlison, is a Tottenham forward. Despite his remarkable on-field accomplishments, Richarlison has earned a reputation as a polarizing personality among English football fans. Richarlison's tendency to fall quickly, frequently regarded as diving or simulation, is one of the reasons he is unpopular among English supporters. This has sparked outrage and frustration among opposition fans, who regard it as an unsportsmanlike behaviour. Also, some critics have accused Richarlison of being overly violent and nasty, adding to his poor image. Nonetheless, it's important to remember that not everyone in England despises Richarlison. Everton supporters in particular adore the Brazilian forward, complimenting his work rate, passion and technical skill. Nevertheless, Richarlison's reputation in England remains a sensitive topic among football fans. Some view him as a good player deserving of respect, and others view him as a problematic character who needs to clean up his act on the field. Beginning of career. Richarlison was born in Brazil on May 1997. He began his career with América Mineiro, when manager Givanildo Oliveira moved him to the main team. On the 4th of July 2015, he made his professional debut, scoring the game's final goal as a late substitute for Cristiano, not Ronaldo, in a 3-1 home win over Mogi Mirim. Almost 3 weeks later, he extended his contract till 2018 and later helped his team to achieve promotion to the Campeonato Brasileiro Serie A on 21st of November of the same year. Richarlison signed a 5-year contract with Fluminense in December 2015. On the 13th of May 2016, he made his Copa do Brasil debut in the second leg of the second round against Ferroviária. Richarlison proved vital in the match, and although the match ended in a 3-3 draw, his team won based on a 6-3 aggregate. Interestingly, all the goals came through him. On the 26th of June, he scored his first goal in the division, the game-winning goal in a 2-1 victory over rivals Flamengo. The following season, Richarlison scored 8 goals in 12 games and was nominated to the season team as his side finished second to Flamengo in the Campeonato Carioca. He also competed in his first continental competition, the 2017 Copa Sudamericana, winning and scoring in the first 2 phases against Liverpool, Uruguay, and Universidad Católica, Ecuador. His displays impressed scouts from Watford, and that's how his journey in Europe began. Richarlison signed a 5-year contract with Watford for a transfer fee of £11.2 million. He made his club debut on the opening day of the 2017-18 Premier League campaign in a 3-3 draw against Liverpool, coming in as a substitute. In his second game, a 2-0 win over AFC Bournemouth, he scored his first goal for the club. He was the only Watford player to play in all the Premier League games, and he scored 5 goals. On the 24th of July 2018, Richarlison joined fellow Premier League club Everton for £35 million, with add-ons that can push it to £50 million. The signing reunited him with former Watford boss Marco Silva. On his debut, he grabbed 2 goals in a 2-2 tie against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Richarlison played as a centre-forward in Everton's game against Leicester City on the 6th of October 2018, due to the poor form of fellow Everton forwards. He scored in the 7th minute in a 2-1 away win. He later scored 2 goals in a 3-1 victory over Brighton and Hove Albion, and eventually ended the season with 13 goals, making him Everton's joint top scorer. He signed for Tottenham in 2022 for £50 million, but hasn't been able to adapt or make any impact for the team. Personality and behaviour on the pitch. We all know Richarlison is an extraordinarily good footballer with an exciting and dynamic style of play. Yet it's no secret that he has a reputation for being a bit of a loose cannon in the field, with a penchant for getting into mischief both on and off the field. So, what is it about Richarlison that has gained him such a following? To begin with, he's not hesitant to express himself, and he's been known to get into intense debates with players and coaches alike. Even pundits are not left out. Over the years, he's also been involved in a few incidents, including a high-profile instance in which he was accused of diving to get a penalty. The incident occurred during the game against Arsenal. Richarlison seemed to fall easily after a challenge from Hector Bellerin, resulting in a penalty for Watford. The judgment was labelled scandalous by Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger. However, the Football Association's new simulation panel determined there was insufficient evidence to conclude Richarlison dived. But it wasn't the first time Richarlison had been involved in a diving scandal. Some football fans have accused him of being a serial diver, which has not gone well with English fans. But probably Richarlison's most memorable incident occurred during a recent match against Nottingham Forest, when he was showboating. In a tough game that saw the newly promoted Nottingham Forest give a good account of themselves but ultimately failed to take their chances, Richarlison made sure to run the time down, or provoke the fans and players depending on who you asked, by doing keepy-ups in the field. Forest's Brennan Johnson showed how he felt by clearing him off the floor. Richarlison's behaviour may be a way of running down time because his team is winning. However, many saw it as disrespectful, while others contend it's a part of football, sparking online debate. The Brazilian also made headlines for his recent comments about being benched for a Champions League match against AC Milan, and his general displeasure with his playing time this season. The Brazilian player expressed dissatisfaction with his team's coaching staff for not giving him enough playing time this season. Surprisingly, the coach took it well, agreed, and challenged him to fight for his place. Richarlison's personality and behaviour off the field may be divisive, but there's no disputing that he's a superb footballer who adds a lot of excitement to the game. While some may claim that his antics are simply part of his larger-than-life persona, others say that he should control his conduct and concentrate more on his performance on the field. But one thing is certain, we'll be watching this brilliant footballer's every move. Impact on Richarlison's career and personal life. Richarlison's personality and behaviour on the field have not impacted his personal life much. However, we can't say the same for his professional career. Despite his apparent talent on the field, Richarlison's stunts have put a dent in his reputation, giving him a target for criticism from fans and other players. This negative attention has impacted him on the field, resulting in a decline in form. The former Everton is yet to score for his new club and the season is almost over. Also, his outspokenness and public criticism of his coach may have put an additional burden on his career. His recent outburst against Antonio Conte for benching him in a vital Champions League match has sparked divisions among the squad and may lead to transfer interest from rival clubs. Some argue that Richarlison's behaviour on the field makes the game more interesting, while others insist that the situation is a clash between Brazilian football culture and England's football culture. Indeed, not everyone hates him in England, but he does rile his opponents up. Nevertheless, Richarlison has demonstrated tenacity and a willingness to grow, despite the hurdles he's experienced. He's taken steps to rectify his on-field behaviour and is willing to work on his flaws. Off the field, Richarlison is doing some fantastic work, contributing a major chunk of his income to a cancer patient home in his hometown and helping 100 families, not to mention his support for COVID-19 vaccinations and social justice causes. This man is more than just a superb footballer, he is a global force for good. So, as for Richarlison's love life, we must respect his privacy. It's his personal matter, and he has every right to keep it private. Yeah, he's a good-looking person with money, but that doesn't mean he has to tell us about his relationships. Although, and don't tell anyone this, we hear he is single. Richarlison's difficulties have drawn attention to wider concerns in the football industry, such as the prevalence of diving and the pressure placed on players to succeed. Join us next time and don't forget to like and subscribe.